Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Hope you're all well rested and ready for the next challenge. For the next couple of days, it's going to be all about pastry.
This morning is your first masterclass, and it is with Roger Pizey.
Morning.
Morning.
Roger trained for 2 years at the Gavroche in London with Albert Roux, before joining Marco Pierre White as his Chef Patissiere. As Marco was becoming the first British chef ever to be awarded 3 Michelin stars, Roger was creating groundbreaking desserts. Roger, what are you going to be doing for us today?
Well, Nick, today I'm going to be making the cadeau of chocolate, which was one of our signature dishes at the restaurant Marco Pierre White when we had our 3 stars.
The cadeau de chocolat incorporates many elements of classic pastry. There is a chocolate genoise sponge on the bottom. On top of this is a mousse made using the challenging pâte à bombe technique. And it is served with caramelized hazelnuts and crème anglaise.
This is where your thermometer comes in. I'm going to take this up to 121 degrees, which is hardball, basically. If you go too far over, what happens is when you mix it with your egg yolks, it's just going to go into solid lumps. You're going to start it all again, OK?
Pastry cooking is an exact science, and each stage of the recipe must be followed rigidly. For the final and most challenging stage of the cadeau de chocolat, setting the chocolate on the acetate sheet. Surface temperature is vital. Roger uses a tray full of ice to ensure his countertop is cold enough to work on, but not too cold.
I'm going to move it around a bit because I don't want just such a small area being so cold, because it will just set and you can't move it. This is where you take your time. I don't want it to set fully, otherwise I won't get it off the surface. And I don't want it too soft, otherwise I can't work with it. It should just about meet. Cadeau chocolate, Marco Pierre White.
The contestants will have 1.5 hours, and they are allowed 3 attempts to complete one to present to Dylan, Nick and Roger.
What is the actual easiest part of this dessert?
Cleaning down.
Definitely for this task, I have to actually slow down and stop myself because everything is so delicate. It's not rough and ready. It's not home cooking. You know, it's Masterchef. It's just beyond any level we've ever cooked at.
From early on in the competition, occupational therapist Brie Jean's confidence and leadership skills have shone through.
I actually have not one doubt in my head that we're going to win today.
We owe it to her, to be fair, to tell her where she's wrong, because sometimes she thinks she's so right.
Piers, do we have the celiac fish coming?
Yeah, it's coming.
How long will it be, though?
I've asked. It's on the way.
5 minutes?
It's on the way from the other. Yeah.
Well, for this particular dish, I want to hand up exactly what he handed up. He's perfected that dish. I'm not going to be getting creative and changing any elements of it. Obviously, this is a dish that's been, you know, well thought out, well-balanced flavours.
While gentle giant Piers has always served up good, hearty, rustic food, precision and refinement are not his strong points, so the discipline of pastry will be a challenge for him.
I don't really go for the molecular gastronomy stuff, all that fancy nonsense. I like good, honest food that's cooked well.
Pressure is a different kind of pressure to other tasks because you're looking for perfection here. You're not trying to get a lot of things done in a short space of time. You're looking for absolute perfection.
Instead of using gelatin to set the mousse, it is a pâte à bombe. A sugar and water mixture boiled in a saucepan and brought to exactly 121 degrees.
Good to go?
This must then be carefully added to whisked egg yolks in 3 stages. The consistency and the setting of the mousse depends on doing this correctly.
I mean, there obviously are different types of mousses. What Roger's chose today is a classic mousse that is suspended and aerated down to technique and fats. And it's tough enough, though, to see something like that for the first time and all the different things that can go wrong and then get into it on your own. You know, it really is the test of a soldier, I think.
When adding the sugar syrup to the eggs, all the sugar must be fully combined. In order to do this, the mixer must be switched off each time the syrup is added. None of the contestants remembered to switch off their machines.
I remember stopping my machine when they added my sugar and then starting it again.
Oh, she done.
It stopped. There you get a lot more sugar on the outside.
I only realised it after the sugars after gone hard.
Yeah.
There's no really way of saving that now, is there?
No.
Yeah.
No, it's too late on that one.
I noticed that Shane brought the two elements together really well. He just had his egg yolks at the right pace, and he just had his sugar at the right pace, and the two of them came together beautifully. So he has, in my opinion, the best base.
Shane's previous dessert was a series highlight. However, his slow speed has always concerned Dylan.
I just don't see Shane come out of his comfort zone enough, and it can be a little bit frustrating. He's quite willing to just rest on his laurels and stay there.
Criticism can be very personal, but I don't consider myself a chef. I'm a home cook, and I think what I've heard from them so far has been true, and I have to take that on board. I'm here to learn and keep my ears open.
Guys, you have half an hour left.
Christine was the overall winner in the taste test, and the judges have always been impressed by her multitasking and enthusiasm. But will her frantic mode of work be suited to the composed techniques needed for pastry?
I think I pushed myself so hard that sometimes I set myself up for a fall in some cases. I just strove ahead. I was just so eager and so really wanted to get things done that I just went and lost track of myself, I think.
Just completely smooth.
All right, will I go in?
I would.
Eggs, shit. Fuck. After my creme anglaise split, I was just really disappointed and then totally lost my mind frame, I think, and just went like, how am I going to rectify this? How am I going to rectify? I had 3 things going at one time and just my head was all over the place.
Once the mousse is set, it needs to be removed from its mould with the help of a blowtorch. But only a stable mousse will stand up once the mould is taken away.
I thought I was managing my time really well. Seemed to be cracking along nicely until I went to take the mould off and it just went bleh. Hadn't set at all, so that was a bit worrying.
Piers still has 2 more attempts left, but must make sure the mousse sets this time so it goes back in the fridge.
I thought I was going along nicely today, and then I just looked around and saw people ahead of me, and I was there going, my God, it's not where I should be. I was there going, oh no, I'm not up to speed again.
Mary is the first to attempt the chocolate shell.
Did you not do any ice on your surface?
Pardon?
You don't put any ice on it, on the here.
Oh,
That's why your chocolate's too wet, too soft, it's not set in. So you've got 2 more goes, but just take your time with it. Just get it round now. Keep it. Oh.
Bridgine is also having trouble with the chocolate shell.
Oh, jeez.
Well,
It's too wet.
yeah, it's too wet. I would just take it in, just put it into the fridge, and just go with your second one, yeah?
It should be this way.
You're wrong.
No.
You're wrong. There's no way that'll fit around that.
That's because that's gone down. It should be up like that, you see.
That's wrong.
Yeah, it's wrong because that's widening a bit.
No.
Look at them.
There's no way. Trust me.
Okay.
You need that length to get round that.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Come on.
Okay, sorry.
Ultimately, Colin was running into sugar at the problem.
The sugar?
Because of the sugar.
Yeah, it's not setting at all. And Piers is having a massive problem with his mousses. They're just absolutely nowhere near at all. Breeding seems to have half sponge to half mousse.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's just doorsteps.
Guys, you have 1 minute left.
I went through 2 mousses before I got one that worked, and I had to use an acetate without white chocolate on it, so there's just dark chocolate.
My chocolate shell around the mousse as well, there's a hole in the side of it and it's not sealed up properly. It's far from a perfect dish.
At the end, when you put your head up, you look around and you see what people have on the plate. And I was there going, oh my God, all the others look so well.
And look, I'm not happy with that dish at all. I wouldn't serve it to anybody.
Okay, guys, time is up. Everybody step back.
Pierce is first up to face Dylan, Nick and Roger.
Cute. So, Piers, tell me about your afternoon.
I thought it was going okay until the mousse wouldn't set. And I've since realised what the problem was. I think when I was making the pate bombe, I poured the sugar in while the mixer was going.
Yeah.
So it was spinning the sugar to the outside of the bowl instead of going into the mixer. There wasn't enough of it in there, so it took too long to set. And because of that, I was rushed at the end. So yeah, it does look like a bit of a mess.
I think that the mousse isn't as bad as I thought it was. You worked really well. You actually really surprised me. You were out in front. You showed real confidence with the caramel, which I was watching. I think you were one of the ones that took it the furthest, which showed some understanding.
Next up is Mary.
Nice marbling. Again, thickness of your sponge is good. Yeah, I'm happy.
Thank you.
Connell now needs to present his cadeau de chocolat.
I think you struggled quite a bit because you're just rushing, I think, aren't you?
Yeah, I was concentrating on the time and I just wanted to get one done, so I think I probably could have just spent a bit more time in the mousse. I got it in a little bit earlier, I think.
You lost a bit of sugar, I think, on the side of your bowl as well, no? When you made in your pate bombe.
Right, okay.
It seemed to be quite a bit missing.
Did it? Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this part of it was just executed. Yeah, it's not good at all, let's be honest. The chocolate on the acetate.
Without the white.
Yeah, not just the white, though, also the execution. I mean, if you remember, Roger cupped his in there. There really is a case of understanding the temperature of the acetate.
Yeah,
really making that finishing touch and working from the fridge. I mean, they're the finer details of the dish that just aren't there.
I'd say I'm going to put myself around a 7 or 8. Hopefully I'll pull it off quite well. And if I can do as good as Roger, I'll just sleep very well tonight. I'll be very happy. You don't want to let anyone down, you don't want to let yourself down, so it's important to perform well and follow exactly what he did.
What have we got here?
We have your dessert.
Do we have my dessert?
Kind
Do
of.
we have your dessert?
It's probably not.
You have it still, Linda. Yeah. And you've got nice marbling.
Okay.
What is this?
That was me trying to
do what?
cover up the end, the bottom bit that was exposed because I didn't get the chocolate down.
So you got. I just wonder. I don't remember doing chopped nuts.
No, you didn't.
I didn't do that. Okay.
Sorry about that.
Well, I just.
Yeah.
The thing about doing desserts, to show you what I do and how I make it, is to represent it. It's not easy, but then to add your own garnish, I don't really see the point of that.
Okay, sorry about that, Roger.
Your sponge is too thick. I think with everything going on, we just kept to the drill.
Okay.
Ultimately, the mousse is light, the sponge is too thick, the anglaise is certainly overcooked, caramel is fine. I Yeah, I think you could have done a better job with your wrap. I think other people did. And then, as Roger said, you know, chopped nuts on top. It's kind of not the brief. So get it right first before you start adding your own twists would be my, yeah.
Okay. I felt like I let them down, basically. You know, Roger has put a lot of work into that dish. So, you know, you want to try and present him up his dish in an acceptable manner. Crushing. Crushing. I can't make any excuses. You know, Roger put forward a really amazing dish, and yeah, I would have liked to do better for him. So.
Mike's creme anglaise split and was not up to the judges' high standards.
Creme anglaise, I make it so much at home, and my wife loves it. It's her favourite thing. And then I come here and I turned around, boom, gone. That's heart-wrenching more than anything.
Yeah.
And in the end, Shane struggled with presentation.
That's what we can call it.
I'm not happy with the presentation.
Good.
Thank God for that.
Yeah. I was expecting you to come out and do some amazing acetate, and it was going to be perfect, and it just looks like a derelict house, and it's just unfortunate.
A calm Claire Anne presents her efforts.
I like this. I like the cover. I like the marble.
Yeah.
It's a lot neater than a lot of the others. We've almost got it silver on the back.
Nice marbling on the outside, Claran. Mousse inside is one of the best we've seen.
Yep.
Without a doubt. Balance is there. Chocolate is there.
I'm going to sugar rush now, but I absolutely love it. Well done.
Thank you very much.
You were running around like a mad person, and you just felt on your flat because it was just too running. Everything was just going too fast. So, in future, just take your time.
I think it was a big learning curve for me today as well. Just understanding the way I work and going forward, and that I don't rush things, you know, take a step back, you know, just really focus on the finer detailing of things.
The pastry challenge doesn't end there. Tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. you'll be greeted by Gary Hughes of the Shelburne Hotel, where each of you will be responsible for one pastry dish, and you will be hosting afternoon tea for some of the country's finest bakers and pastry chefs.
So good luck, and we'll see you all tomorrow morning. And I'd like to thank Roger Pizey, my good friend. Thank you.
Thank you.